welcomed. Feel at home.
Oh my goodness me. How great and how infinite and how wonderful. What a perfect song for launching an evening to do with gratitude and thanksgiving. Infinite God, my breath begins and ends with you. It's a delightful idea, but we'll get to it. First, let me just tell you. My friend that I run with, Mark, we were out running, and he was telling me that he had received this very weird letter in the mail, and that he was very kind of suspicious about it because obviously the person who wrote it to him knew him because it was handwritten to his home address, and it had the information in it was clearly personally tailored to him. He started to get a little paranoid because he forgot about our tradition here that it was his own handwriting. And I did the same thing, and we were laughing about it, that we would write down what it is we thought we would want to be grateful for and then forget about it. And it occurred to me, actually, that's perfect. That's exactly what the tradition is all about, to forget about what you're reaching for. There it is. Oh my goodness. Write it down, put it inside you, put a stamp on if you've got it, or if not, we'll get a stamp for you. Drop it in the basket, or on the way out there's a basket there if you need some more time. And then forget it. I think of it like making a journal entry. It's just that I'm 1 year in advance. It's what would I like to look back at in a year's time and say, oh, I'm so grateful for that. Not so much to give us one more thing to concentrate on. And in fact, even though it says the words, what is your intention? It's not so much to give us something to intend. Think about it this way. You are writing it down so that you can precisely let go of it. Now it's down somewhere. Now you can forget about it. Now you can give more of your attention to what is in your life instead of giving all your attention to what isn't in your life. Isn't that something? I've noticed that when we get around to this time of year, I remember that sometimes it's the case that the best things in life are the ones I didn't receive. The ones I wanted so bad and didn't get them. Does anybody have a parallel experience? And also, more tenderly, I realize sometimes it's the case that the best things in life are the ones that are no longer present. So this tradition then is a practice of holding life more lightly, more gently, not intending or forcing. And I love that it takes the card a whole year to get back to me, because I realize that's about how long it takes for me to loosen up my grip on the things I want. Hold life more gently, because otherwise I interfere with my desperate grip. Life, be this way, and then I'll be happy. And life's wanting to go that way. I'm saying, be that way. To loosen up that grip. What a freedom and joy that comes when we can find the place to do that. So I've been doing some research about Thanksgiving and talking to my friends and asking them what are they thinking about Thanksgiving, what are they noticing. And one friend said to me he's noticing a shift taking place in him, because as the economy sort of is tanking and the government is doing what it's not doing, and he noticed that with the challenges that things are becoming difficult for people. And at that very moment, he's also noticing a soft shift in focus, and he's appreciating everything around him even more. Noticing there's a soberness, a taking in of the world that is very precious. Maybe you felt that too. And I've seen that in the past. That when there is less, that often more seems to be available. In tenderness and in attention and in focus. So that's the first bit of research I got from my friends. And I was speaking to another friend saying, I'm doing this research because actually I don't know what to say in the Thanksgiving message. I mean, there isn't really anything new to say. And he said to me, well, isn't that exactly the point? Isn't that precisely it? Thanksgiving is this ongoing process of being grateful, and there isn't anything new about it. And that is its own problem, because sometimes a person can find themselves saying, oh, I've heard that. Oh, I've given thanks. I've been grateful. So I'm done. And very slowly, one shifts into taking things for granted. Then it's not until they're not there that we realize we took this slip. And what I'm noticing actually more and more in life is that there is an endless opportunity to appreciate not only the beautiful things like the wonderful choir, our beautiful home, our friends, not only the beautiful, delicious things that come our way, but we're learning to expand our view, like the song says, take it all in, how wonderful, how infinite, how great it is, and can I be thankful for all of it? Now, that takes something. To just take in only the beautiful and to be grateful for the wonderful things, why, that's the easier part of the formula. And it's only a part of the formula. It's like being grateful only at harvest time and not during the famine. I'm trying to figure out a way to even it all out, to have a little more gratitude all the time. And the wonderful thing about gratitude is it's natural. You don't have to force it. It just rises up unbidden in us when we get what we want. But have you seen that according to the way of things, it doesn't always work out that way? That many times you and I do not get what we want. Once again, will I be just grateful during the harvest, or can I also be in the famine? So this Thanksgiving Eve, I'm looking at that. I'm thinking about that side of gratitude that feels awkward. Like the time when I was a kid and my mother made me, she told me, you better say thank you to a relative who gave me a gift that I didn't like. And I didn't want to say thank you for it. First of all, I didn't feel grateful, and second of all, I didn't see how it would help, because then they might carry on giving me the same gift. But when I asked her why, she told me, she said, it's common courtesy. And she said, and common courtesy will help things out in the long run. And I really got something from that. I'm so grateful she taught me that, because nowadays it's prepared me to recognize that feeling. I don't want to be in this situation, and at the same time, I'm aware that gratitude is important and it will help things out in the long run. I think people who have had terrific struggles in life come to that realization of the terrific healing power of gratitude, the softness of that approach. Or people who have had their hearts opened by tremendous loss or radical change, they get to a place where they can understand the role, the mysterious role that gratitude plays in moments like that. You see, because the everyday frustrations in life, disappointments in love, missed opportunities, jealousies, bad habits, et cetera, they don't really have the oomph. They don't have the power to interrupt our personality and let us see into our lives. It doesn't have the power, just you lost this or this changed. It doesn't have the power to jump in and get your personality's endless quest to be right. So maybe the stakes aren't high enough. And maybe on some level we know we will survive all these things. We're just upset. And so instead of becoming freer by the changes and the disappointments, we get more and more entangled with, I want this, I don't want this.